everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Studio. Welcome, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing 3 pages in my mini grungy journal that I am working on. And this first page here has a flip out, and I thought about a belly band, but didn't think the ephemera would stay in there very well. So I have these album frames, and this is from the Graphics Fairy Premium site, and the print is actually large, but I made them kind of mini, and I thought, well, those would, work pretty well here, and I'm going to start working with those. And sometimes when I do collaging, I collage by theme sometimes. So here I am kind of thinking, what do I want to put in that frame? What kind of a theme do I want to make for this page? And I'm kind of leaning towards a bird theme. And I end up with these cute little green birds that go really well with the green that's in the flower of the frame. So I think I'll be making a bird theme out of this one page. So I'm going to make a little mini slip-in card that you can journal on the back if you like to. It's trying to make the pages interactive and not just decorative. I've sewn around that frame, and I sewed a little date there up on the corner. And going to glue that in. It was kind of hard because I have to be really careful not to over glue it so that my piece of ephemera will fit inside there. Would have looked cute to maybe put a piece of acrylic behind that frame. And so we're making sure that that fits. And then it's kind of hard to pull those out, so I thought about putting a little tab on that and just taking a label maybe, or just any kind of a piece of ephemera that looks about right, and folding it in half and just making that to be the little tab. This little card is from Tim Holtz paper. He has the pages all reduced into different sizes, and this is like in the back of that pad. Not sure that it's available anymore. And so we have the little flip out done. So I noticed on the on that card there was some bird cages right there in the original card there. So I happen to have a scrap of vellum where I have bird cages printed on. And again, I think most of what I'm working with is from the Graphics Fairy Premium site. There probably are a few other inclusions. Just picking out some tags to go with that, and decorating up the inside, continuing with that bird theme. So I've sewn it on, and that is completed there. I think those tags came from Victoria Designs in their bird kit. Kind of have a little green bird peeking out of there. This seemed a little empty, so I'm going to put a little label up there to kind of encourage someone to write there if they'd like. And you're able to write on the inside as well, because I only decorated the one part of the inside. So the next page, I have these cutouts, and they're like the old magic. Oh, I don't know what they're called anymore. They're like wheels, where there would be like little photos in there, and you would put it in a Viewmaster type of thing. So I have these. Actually, I have these in my shop, but these are cut out on to Tim Holtz paper, and I got this map, and the map is sort of it's like an aerial view. It's drawn. It's an older map. It's drawn, hand drawn, but it looks like you know, like you took a Google Earth picture, and I thought looked really interesting that, you know, all these different scenes perhaps are showing up in the little windows in there. And here is the papers, and I'm going to choose one of these for that little wheel. I thought too that behind the wheel it would look really nice to have printed that on vellum perhaps, and made it a little bit more transparent. I'm going to make this wheel so it turns. I thought that would be kind of a fun interaction to have in there. So, and I have these brads that look like screw heads on the top of them, which I've been dying to use, and I thought, oh, this is the perfect place for that. But I don't want the brad to come up on the other side of the page, so I'm going to be making this little piece of cardstock and putting that between the paper and the wheel, making sure that it spins. So when I spread the tabs on that brad, I don't do it too tight. I make it just so it's a little bit loose there. And then I'm going to glue all the way around that little square. And now you're able to spin the wheel without having the brad show on the other side. Just kind of a fun idea. You can use anything. You could use a clock face. You could use anything round. Then I've got some tape here, and so I take the cellophane tape and I put it on the, like when I have a sticker, and I have like a full sheet sticker sheet, or wax paper would work too. You would just put down your regular tape, and then you take your alcohol inks and you kind of like dye them, and you have these pieces of cellophane tape that look like they're really old and they've been around for a long time. So I'm kind of putting a piece of tape on a torn part of that paper. I still am fighting my cold, so I apologize. My voice is still a little nasal. It's been 2 weeks. I don't know. I feel okay, but it's just all this congestion. And so this seemed empty, so trying to fill it up a little bit on the bottom. It's not for a lack of labels, that's for sure. And I thought, well, I'm going to use some of this Tim Holtz cloth and put that kind of like behind to give it a little bit more extra texture to it. And I end up sewing down each side of that piece of cloth because I kind of wanted sewing to be throughout the journal here and there. And not quite happy with this label. It's a little too clean to me. Then I have these labels here that I got from Nick the Booksmith. She has a sheet of these old rusty clips and file, I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to use that. They look really authentic, like they're really really real, and that I think seemed to go a little bit better. So there's that little piece, and that one's done. So the last one, I'm going to use a scrap of a old envelope, a tea stain envelope with a window in it, and just using the window portion here, of course. I'm going to fold down that top portion to strengthen the entry point. And then I'm going to wrap it around so that the other side has a tuck spot. Now, sometimes the glue can be reactivated, and just to prevent that, I'm putting down some paper here, and I printed on sticker paper, I printed washi tape and washi tape digitals from the Graphics Fairy. But you could print anything on sticker paper, and then it makes it so easy to use that way. And I use those sticker paper strips for washi tape instead of the real washi tape, which usually has to be glued, I feel, so makes it a little easier. And I sewed around that, and I sewed down the left part of the window first, and then I folded the flap around and sewed the bottom, and that way I didn't catch the flap on the other side. And so now we're going to decorate, and I'm going to be doing kind of a color theme, I thought, this time, rather than just a subject theme. So I've got these reds and these greens, and trying to find a way to kind of match the design and the colors in that little strip there. I really love these numbers. I've had these for a while, and trying to find a place to put them. They just seem, I like the numbers, but the piece of ephemera was always just a little too big for what I was always working with. And I thought, oh, this is so perfect. It really, really goes well with the aesthetic. And there's a green ticket. Trying to bring out that red that's inside there. I wanted to use these brads again because I really like them. I thought they were just so fun. So I'm going to put them on the label. And they do end up being a little big. They kind of cover the number a little bit, but oh, I still thought it was fun. So I'm going to use this as a kind of a belly band type of thing, where I'm going to slip ephemera into it. And I'll glue the label down. I'm going to use the fabric tack, mainly because the metal is the part that's going to be glued, is the metal part, and I wanted that to hold well. And I press down behind the brads till it takes hold. But I did find the piece of ephemera to be kind of thin, and like I just felt like, oh, that's going to slip out and not hold very well as you turn the pages. So I'm backing it up with another piece of that Tim Holtz cardstock paper, and I thought, well, if I made it thicker, maybe it would hold a little better. Plus, it would kind of give you a place to journal on the back or write or whatever. And it sort of worked, but I wasn't that happy with that either. And then it dawned on me that the problem was the it's too wide. The opening is too wide, so I am going to glue it and make the opening a lot more narrow. I should have thought of that before, I guess. So we always have to problem solve as we go along and create things. It's kind of the fun of it. Sometimes you don't know. You have a vision in mind, but you don't always know the challenges that are up ahead. So I want to use, put that red color in there somehow. So I have this piece of old map, and I think these map prints that I got are from the Graphics Fairy Premium site as well. And I've reduced them down to 5x7 size rather than the 8x10 size they come with. Would have been nice if I thought of this before I put the numbers down, but that's okay. We can still work around it. So yeah, I'm working with the colors this time, not so much with a theme. I think it just, whatever you're inspired to use as your muse on your collage. So I'm going to grunge it up a little bit there, all around it. Again, I'm using the walnut distress ink. It's rather dark, but it is very grungy, that's for sure. So now that fits really nicely, and I don't think the stamp is really speaking to me, so yeah, that part is finished. So here are the 3 pages we made. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the next time I will have the journal pretty much finished and do a flip through. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and we will see you again real soon.